moderately successful, hyper local best friend podcast just eviscerated Kyle Mooney.
Oh, did you hear what they talked about on Text Me Back podcast this week? They did 45 minutes on Jingle Bells, an hour and a half on a Ken Griffey Jr. commercial from 1992. Then another hour bragging about how they're the only good podcast. For the intro, you say, welcome, Text Me Back. I'm Eric from the sewers. And then I have a follow-up thing to say.
All right. Welcome to Text Me Back. I'm Eric from the sewers.
And I'm his twink son.
Not pictured. The sapphic.
The sapphic is Eric's mom who wouldn't kiss him.
The sapphic mom, I feel like the sapphic mom does have something she needs to talk to Eric about. Welcome to Text Me Back podcast. It's one of the only podcasts. That's
that
what
there
saying.
is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Of all the podcasts, it's just mostly ours. As expected, we were not eligible to be nominated for the inaugural Golden Globe in podcasting. That's fine.
I thought they were going to change it.
Seems
just
strange.
in time for us.
It seems weird because this is the only podcast. So, whatever. It's fine. We're going to do something that we're calling tidings. And then heyo. Wow. What's that? What was that about? That's frightening. And we're going to do a little something called 2 Minutes Hate. But before that, we got to get into Jingle Bells, bud.
Yeah, we got to do an update.
We got to get into Jingle Bells.
Didn't we used to have a thing we would say when we were doing an update on something? Oh,
I don't remember. I couldn't remember tidings, which is the main thing we do on this show. So.
I feel like there used to be a thing where we would be like, oh no. If you remember if there was a thing we used to do when we did an update on things, can you tell me? I'm sad.
703-829-0003. That's the number. I can remember that. So, so Jingle Bells. So last week, Lindy had a lot on her mind vis-a-vis Jingle Bells. Mm-hmm. She felt like there was some sort of Mandela effect or some sort of like global erasure of a verse of the classic Christmas song Jingle Bells.
Yeah. The classic verse that everyone knows, or so I thought. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride. And soon, Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side, picked her up on the side of the frickin' road.
And picked her ass up.
The horse was lean and lank.
Mm-hmm.
However, misfortune seemed his lot.
Oh.
And that horse ran straight into a drifted bank.
Fucking idiot.
I know.
Jesus.
And then our narrator / hero and Fanny got upsot, parentheses, tipped over into the snow.
Interesting.
And I want to say, I actually even fudged the details a little bit because I got self-conscious about just how esoteric and old-timey I am.
Mm-hmm.
I claimed that I knew the verse as this: he got into a drifted bank and then we got upsot. That's not even how I knew it, how I knew it to go. My version was he got into a drifted bank and we got upsot. We got upsot is how I learned it. and we question mark? We got upsot.
Oh, we? If you're wondering what happened to we, I was like, what are you saying? None of this is entering my brain as like comprehensible. Like, I don't know what's happening. I'm having a brain problem.
Your brain got upset.
My brain drove right into a snowbank and it was curtains for my ass.
Yeah. Well, I had to put it in Text Me Back syntax, which is, and we? Question mark?
And my ass?
Oh, baby, we got upset.
Baby, we got upset. That ass was upset.
Last week, I was already feeling a little bit too fragile to even say to you, we got upset. So
not we.
I had to come clean about that. So if anyone knows it as we, let me know. Because
are you sure you want to open that can of worms? Because last week we were like, if anyone knows this insane lyric that no one's ever heard of, it's so unknown that it had to be cut out of Lindy's book because like 10 people editing it, and like her close advisors of knitting celebrities were like, I've never heard of that in my life. Beloved art critic Jen Graves jumping in to say, girl, no, that's not anything. Pulitzer
finalist.
Yeah, saying, no, nobody was ever upset. I've never heard of that. As it turns out, before I say this, I just want to say, we make this show and we make it believing in our hearts that what we're going to do is going to delight you. And it does, which makes us really happy. But I'm never totally sure what's going to be the thing that you all get into based on, because like if I were deciding from last week, I would think, maybe we'll get a lot of messages being like, thanks for encouraging me to go see one battle after another.
I thought it was going to be Jeepers Creepers for sure.
I thought the Jeepers Creepers thing was really funny.
I laughed so hard editing Jeepers Creepers.
And to be fair, the episode where we are in space and time, the episode just came out this morning. So who knows how this will play out over the weekend.
Yeah, but
early returns suggest not a one of you gives a fuck about Jeepers Creepers. I've heard
Nate Silver says.
Speaking of peeps, I haven't heard one about Jeepers Creepers or the peepers he desires from any of you, which is fine. You don't have to hey, we believe in autonomy at Text Me Back Podcast. It never would have crossed my mind that we would have set off a discourse for the ages about goddamn Jingle Bells. As it turns out, the Venn diagram of people who listen to Text Me Back Podcast and people who have heard the lost verse of Jingle Bells is a circle. Like 100% of you wrote in and called. The best friend party phone hasn't seen this kind of action in years. Okay.
Oh, it jingle-jangled right off the handle onto the floor and smashed into pieces.
The best friend party phone drove into a snowbank.
Yeah.
And was upset by how many people were calling and texting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy. Everybody absolutely screaming at the top of their lungs, I know what Lindy's talking about.
Right. Not one person sending well wishes on our mental health.
No.
Which we also discussed. No one with a perspective on Bad Bunny.
No. Just one person was like, you got to watch this Tiny Desk concert. And I was like, girl, you think I haven't watched that shit?
No, people are consumed. People are aflame.
You tapped in to the zeitgeist, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I did. And so, what I learned is that lots of people know that. And honestly, I'm annoyed.
Yep. Let them have it.
I liked feeling special.
Yeah.
And now I feel
now
like just another cog in the machine.
You're like you're just like conventional,
Yeah.
You're like one of the masses. You thought you were standing alone. You thought you were the cheese, but
I thought I was the next Nelson Mandela.
One of a million.
Yeah. No, I'm not annoyed. It was cute. It was very cute, very validating. I will say one person said it's not in the We Sing for Christmas and they linked to the Spotify.
That's interesting because I got like 4 messages that said that it was in We Sing Christmas, including from college roommate Amanda of Oprah the Rat fame. Yeah.
Amanda.
It's me. The jingle horse.
No, because, so We Sing for Christmas is on Spotify and it has a version of Jingle Bells on it and that verse is not in it, which I already knew because that's the first thing I did. However, I also don't think it's the same.
I don't think it is
We
either.
Sing for Christmas. I think they re-recorded it.
Because I went back to listen to We Sing silly songs and I was like, oh no, I don't know what this is.
It sounds very modern to mine ear.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel viscerally familiar. So what I need to do now is either track down my We Sing for Christmas booklet, which is
the OG.
missing.
The OG.
Although I haven't looked everywhere. We have 3 pianos.
Sure.
And I can see it it used to live in the piano bench.
They're saying that's a perfectly normal number of pianos to have in one house.
Yeah. So I've checked 1/3 of the piano benches, and it's not in the first one that I checked, but I got to check the other two. And if I can't find it, I will be ordering a copy on eBay, and I will be finding out, because this podcast, more than anything, is a mystery solving podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, many people said you sang it in choir.
Yep.
Which I love.
We love it.
Many people said that you also had elderly fathers.
I liked that. I liked the elder father check-in.
Yeah, the Perry Como demo.
They say, Lindy, they're saying that Barbara Streisand has a version where she sings this verse. And I was like, what? Like, how is anyone not hearing that version? So then I got a little bit confused. And here's one thing that threw me into sort of like a reverse tailspin of what you're experiencing, which was somebody wrote in to be like, oh yeah, that verse is on the Roaches' Christmas album, who are three gals who I think that their whole bit is that they sing like angry New Yorker women on the subway. Parentheses, good. My family had the Roaches' Christmas album, and we wore that motherfucker out. That album has like one of the best versions of We Three Kings I've ever heard. It goes crazy. It goes absolutely insane. It's on my Xmas bangers list. Don't worry. Star of Wonder, the harmonies, please, ladies, don't hurt them. Don't hurt them, Roaches. Okay. Anyway, so then I'm like, well, then how is it I've never heard of this?
Yeah.
When I listen to that Roaches' Christmas album every year from like age 8 to present. How do I have no memory of it now?
Well, maybe it's like when you listen to a Bad Bunny song and you're like,
I'm Bad Bunny.
You're like, I don't know what any of these words are.
Exactly.
But I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just
maybe
vibing.
when the Roaches are blasting through, the horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot, we got into a drifted bank and we got upset. You're like,
whatever.
Why would that register to you as the English language?
Yeah, that's true. And that's fair. And also, if I don't know if this is controversial or not, I don't really like that song. I don't like Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells don't even slap. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, this podcast must acknowledge Jingle Bells is a skip.
It's not a hit. In a game of pass or smash, it's a pass.
It's a pass.
Yeah. Meanwhile, We Three Kings by the Roaches smash it multiple times in one day. Incredible jam. Incredible banger.
The problem with Jingle Bells is that it's mostly one note.
It's just that over and over and over again.
But literally, so much of it is that just literally one note. Not one note in a figurative way.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, you're totally right.
You could even just stay on that note.
No one would ever know.
No one would ever know. Well,
not a good song.
That's why I think that's why I know that verse. God, we're getting too deep into this.
I know. Stupid. We gotta wrap it up.
But I think that's why I know that verse, because the song is so boring, but that one verse tells a little story, and I like that.
Well, there's a person
finally
in it.
Something's happening in this song.
Everyone is like anonymous in Jingle Bells till this one named woman shows up. Okay, hello.
Oh, it's like in Parson Brown shows up.
Yeah,
who the fuck is that?
Who's he?
Hello?
What? Why is he involved? Okay, so we got I'm like not even joking. Like we got like 50 emails this morning about Jingle Bells. Can I say something? It rocked. It was really funny. It was just like 50 people being like, tell Lindy she's right. And I was like, I will. I'll tell her. And a lot of people saying where they knew it from. Most of you know it from Barbara Streisand. I don't know if that's like surprise. I don't know if that's surprising to me or not. But anyway,
really, can I do a quick aside, which is that Barbara Streisand has never in my life crossed my radar at all.
I don't mean it in a derogatory way, but I don't know her. I don't know anything about her.
The only thing I know is that when she built that village in the basement of her house.
I don't even know that.
Oh, you're going to like that one.
I only know that she's Josh Brolin's stepmother. Is that bad? Am I centering her around men? I'm sorry. I mean, obviously, I know she's an incredible singer and she's like a diva, parentheses complimentary, but I don't know what she gets up to. I don't know any of her. Does she sing Memories? I feel like she's got a Memories cover? I don't know. Oh, I'm inviting so many more emails. It's okay. I don't have any beef with Barbara. Let it be. Oh, you know what the main thing I know her from?
What?
Showing up as a surprise guest on Coffee Talk.
That was a good one.
Madonna was hosting SNL,
right.
and they didn't know. Mike Myers and Madonna, and I want to say Roseanne was there as well as the grandma.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't remember, but
none of them knew that Barbara was going to be there, and she came out, and they've all freaked out. And I have that imprinted on my mind because I used to have it on VHS.
Okay, I just want you to understand that at her house in Malibu, she turned her basement into like a country village, and then I think she hired a staff to be like villagers to work at the little stores in her basement.
That's, I think, very normal.
I love it. This day and age, the list of things that you can do with your tremendous wealth,
I'll
take that?
I'll take that over massive undisclosed donation to Talking Points USA.
Interesting.
That's fine with me. Anyway, so we got a very important, of all the emails, which were all hilarious and beautiful, we got one really, really special one. One beautiful one from an old friend of Text Me Back podcast. His name is Robert, and you may know him from the time he arranged our Tidings song, which you'll hear in just a moment when we actually do the segment that we call Tidings. And he got like a bunch of beautiful singers to sing Glad Tidings over Zoom, and he turned it into this beautiful song. I don't know why it didn't cross my mind that he would have been one of the first people to, and in fact he was. He was like one of the first 5 people. So please enjoy.
Hey, Lindy and Meagan. Long time, first time. This is Robert of Glad Tidings, coordination, etc. I had to pause the pod because obviously I know I am very well acquainted with that particular verse of Jingle Bells. Not just because of the Barbra Streisand version, etc., but because I'm married to a professional schlock Christmas auteur, collector, I should say. But also, not only have I sung it and heard it many times, every year I am part of a choir that does a caroling gig at a German Christmas market, and we have to sing an hour-long Christmas caroling set all in German. So I have sung that, and in fact, I had to go source and arrange that verse in German. And it goes as follows. Excuse me. You can cut that out. Eines schönen Tages, da ging es los im Nu, da kam Frau Fanny breit vorbei und setzte sich dazu. Das Pferd war dünn und mager und hatte wohl kein Glück. Der Schlitten fiel auf einmal was für ein Missgeschick. Hey, Glockenklang, etc. And the other thing I'll say about this version of Jingle Bells in German is that the way that they've translated sleigh ride is as the word Shlittenfahrt. 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 And I tell the choir when I work with them, that L in Schlitten is the most important L you're ever going to sing. Anyway, love you guys, love the pod, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Robert! I don't know if you couldn't hear it at the end. He says that L in Schlittenfahrt is the most important L you'll ever sing in your life.
Or the least important.
Otherwise, we're going somewhere else during German Christmas.
First of all, Robert, thank you.
King.
Bless you.
Yeah.
But Meagan, I just had an idea while Robert was talking. Lindy and Meagan's Christmas Schittenfahrt to the Christmas market to see Robert's German choir.
Robert, drop a pin. Where's
Robert?
The German Christmas market? We're on our way, bud.
Meagan, I'm not joking. I just literally...
neither.
You love Christmas!
I do love Christmas. I don't want to go to the middle of... Continue. I do love Christmas.
So I just was just a couple days ago, Ham and Roya and I were talking like, oh, maybe we can go on a vacation. Maybe we can go on a vacation at Christmas. And of course, Aham and Roya are like, yeah, let's go to Mexico and go on the beach. And I was like,
why don't we go to a German Christmas market in
Meagan, literally. Well, I was like, yeah, I'll do whatever you guys want to do. But just so you know, if I was planning by myself a vacation at Christmas, what I want to do is amp up the Christmas.
I want more Christmas.
I literally said what I would pick is we go to Germany and we go to the German Christmas market to have Glühwein or whatever they have.
And a big ass pretzel.
And
something.
And a long sausage. And then they said, ha ha ha. That's why we're different. And I said,
ha ha.
Opposites attract, I guess.
I don't know. I never really understood the whole snowbird thing in the first place. Like, oh, I leave my home in the winter to go to Arizona. Oh, okay.
I just got through 3 months of being hot.
Why would I want to go be hot? That doesn't make any sense.
I just survived.
I'm not going to Mexico in December. Get a grip. I want to experience some wintertime adversity before we pick things back up again, you know?
Megan, you don't have to come, but I will be going to the German.
Well,
but also you do have to come. So
you need to be a supportive friend to one of our top contributors of Text Me Back podcast.
We need to be a supportive friend.
Shlittenfart is so funny.
Megan, come shit and fart in with me.
Okay, Robert, let us know where the Christmas market is popping off. We'll be there, bud. With a special surprise that we're sending to all of our Jingleheimers, but he might have gotten his already by then.
I hope so. God, pray for me if he hasn't.
Anyways, speaking of Robert, shall we tide?
Yeah.
We're gonna tide. Beautiful. Not as, if I'm being honest, not as good as Shlittenfart, but pretty good. Lindy, I hear you have an update.
Yeah.
For the people.
I have an update. So, remember when we were having a shrew?
Uh-huh. Either 8 different shrews or the same shrew 8 times. Yep.
Yes, proven to be one shrew 9 times.
Oh, okay.
So, over the summer, we had a shrew in the house, which I captured and released 8 times. Finally, on the 9th time, I drove it a mile away and released it into a beautiful river valley. Because the shrew is known as the cheetah of the wetlands. So I thought maybe he'd be happier down here by this little stream.
Yeah.
Anyway, he has not returned.
Yeah.
Then, shortly after the shrew was dealt with, rehomed, we had
when you say it like that, it makes it sound like you did something to him. You're like, after the shrew was rehomed. Wink. I'd like to assure everyone the shrew, as far as we know, is alive.
Oh, Megan, the shrew is my son. I drive the place where I release the shrew. I drive by it like every day, and every time I say hi. I say hi, shrew. I hope you're doing okay,
my baby boy.
I say it out loud, and the other people in the car say,
Jesus.
So no, don't worry. The shrew. Well, the shrew probably got eaten by a.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
The shrew's probably wiggling his little snoot in his little hidey hole.
Yeah.
As we speak. So then we had a very loud scrabbling inside of the walls of the TV room. Yeah. So we were like, okay, there's an animal bigger than a mouse, bigger than a shrew, certainly. If I'm being honest, sounded like a German Shepherd in the wall. My mom was immediately like, cut a hole in the wall.
That's so funny to me because your cabin doesn't have walls per se. Like it has logs that make up the interior and exterior of the domicile. Yes. So it's not just like, oh, cut a hole in the wall. It's like, you want me to tear open this log?
Well, to be fair, this is the one room that has this is an interior wall that has wood paneling.
I gotcha. Okay. Right. Yes.
It has knotty pine.
Right.
Ooh. Oh. So my mom's
behave.
My mom's like, do I make you horny, baby?
Hang on. We're laughing, but that does seem like something that she would say. Because she bought you a car magnet that said, honk if you doinked my mom or something.
Banged my mom. And then she got so mad. She got so mad that when I wouldn't put it on my car. And she did the whole thing. Like, where do you think I learned it from? She did the whole thing that I do where she's like, oh, you don't like the magnet that I got you for your car?
Oh, you don't like my little joke?
So she was like, rip open that naughty pine. And we were like, we don't want to do that because then we have a big hole in the wall where the rat lives. This is not like we're going to rip open the wall and it's just going to be sitting there waiting for us to grab it.
With his little suitcase.
Right.
Like, I'm ready to go. Thank you. Fucking finally.
And truly, even if it was, what are we? You want me to grab? You want me to grab it? You want me to grab it with my hand?
Is that hello bubonic plague? Hello?
So we didn't do that. Aham invented a new tactic called when we heard the scribble scrabbling, he would go to that part of the wall and go bang 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 bang, and then we would run to the window, and you could see a giant rat run out from under the house and across the lawn into the bushes.
Oh my God. He was coming and going.
Oh
my God.
Yeah. So
wow.
We had a guy from our regular pest control company come out, and I'm not going to tell any more of that story because I don't want to be mean, but let's just say he seemed like a guy that works at the pest control company. And he essentially did nothing. Right. And then he left. Then I recently met a neighbor who I hadn't met before. And she was like, sort of out of the blue, she was like, oh, do you have a pest control guy? Because I found the greatest pest control guy of all time.
Oh.
And he lives nearby and he goes the extra mile. And he's young and eager and energetic. And I was like, wow, all of the things that the other guy unfortunately was not.
Characteristics he did not possess.
So we had this new young whippersnapper come out. He crawled under the front porch. He figured out exactly where the entry point is. He sent me like a 10-point plan. Anyway, all I want to say is he gave us 2 pieces of information. One, he said that he has known a shrew to return home from 20 miles away.
Oh
so
my
we'll
God.
see. It might just still be in transit.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
And the second thing he said is that, and trigger warning to the animal lovers, including myself, the second thing he said is that when he went in the crawl space under the house, he found like a giant mouse graveyard where like the little mice are getting poisoned and then they're all going to the same place and laying themselves to rest underneath the TV room.
Well, I don't really like that.
I don't like it at all, Meagan.
It's like, no, I don't like that. No,
I
really don't like that.
And I feel like, do you think at a certain point they hit a critical mass of mouse ghosts and then they form into one mega mouse that finally like makes its attack
on you?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Indubitably, right?
Of course I think that. Of course I do.
So
this is like when you texted me yesterday being like, oh, do you think the government is lying about aliens? Yes. Of course.
Do you think the government knows about Mega Mouse?
Yes. Have you not watched a single episode of X-Files? The whole thing is Mega Mouse all the way down. Of course the government's lying about aliens. Aliens negate the existence of God. They can't tell us about aliens or Mega Mouse for that matter. My God.
Well, if any of you are looking for a pest control guy, his name's Krychek.
If you want him to come to your house, you have to mask tape X on your door. Yeah. And then when he sees that, he comes and he kills all the mice.
So anyway, that's my tiding parentheses rodent edition. Also,
What happened to the rat? Did he catch him?
Oh, he wants $1,000, so I haven't done anything yet.
Oh, so
it's still in there.
So your Oprah the rat, aka Gail, is still okay. Okay.
Yeah, Gail Rat King is still.
That makes a lot of sense. Ow. Cool. Do you want to hear my tiding?
Please.
Oh boy, it's about baseball. Listen, I don't talk about baseball on this I've never talked about baseball on this podcast a single time. So I know what you're thinking. Oh, look at the Fairweather fan, Megan Hatchermaid. Never talked about baseball a day in her life. Well, that's partially true, but here's why. It's called protecting my mental health. Have you jerks ever heard of that? You naysayers. Have you ever heard of mental health protection? Here's the thing about me. I love sports so much that I cannot watch them. Do you understand? Like, it's too stressful. It's too hard, and it's scary. Watching sports is really scary. I'm too invested. I get too upset. I take it too personally, you know? And so I posted this on my Instagram story. If you're listening, I did this last week, so maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. But I got a lot of responses because I basically was like, I should have never started paying attention to sports again. My stress levels are through the roof. I take sports too personally. And I feel personally responsible if the team loses. Like, either I was too excited or I wasn't excited enough. I didn't strike the right emotional balance, and that caused my team to lose. There was a stretch in like around 2001, actually, I think it was a 2001 season. Every time I went to a Mariners home game, they lost. So I stopped going to home games because I was convinced, and I am to this day, that was my fault. Okay.
Megan, I don't know if you want to publicize that.
You might
get some blowback.
Please, if you want to kill me over it, I'll take it, because I can't live like this. You know what I mean? You're
ready to go now that you started watching sports. I'm
ready to exit. So I have been watching the Mariners since I was a kid. And for all of you who are as old as Lindy and me, you remember how fucking horrible they were for like the first 20 years of their existence. They've existed since 1970. Okay, everyone knows this if you're from Seattle. They've existed since like 1977. They have gone to the World Series 0 times. No times. Do you want to guess how many other MLB teams that is true for? None. It's only the Mariners that have never ever even walked through the gates to World Series. Never happened. Okay. Indelible in my mind is Joey Cora weeping into a towel because we didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I'll never forget it.
That was your fault.
And it was my fault. It was my fault because I was probably too excited the year that happened. You know what I mean? So anyway, baseball in particular, I feel like not only should I not pay attention to the regular season, I don't need to pay attention because there's 1,000 games.
Yeah.
I can't be getting stressed out in April about something that's going to happen in October. I can't do that. Okay. Like, we're living under martial law. Okay. On top of that, I can't take on the baseball stress as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they're sending military personnel into all of our major cities. You want me to be stressed out about baseball on top of all that?
You're looking for escape.
Please. Why do you think we literally started a podcast? I'm trying to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. Yeah. Okay. I will say that baseball was like not my favorite sport growing up. My favorite sport growing up was basketball. You saw what happened there. I fucking don't even have a basketball team anymore. That's probably my fault too.
I mean, speaking of exterminators, Megan exterminated the whole team from the city.
I did, you know? But I love the Mariners, and I have loved them a long time. I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast, but my house was in a commercial with Ken Griffey Jr. The house I grew up in on Queen Anne, this man came to our front door, and I was like kind of a latchkey kid. I was just there by myself. I was just home alone almost all the time. I was just like alone, just taking care of myself. I think I was like 15 or something when this happened, maybe 14. This guy comes to the front door and he's like, "Hey, what's up? I'm from this ad agency. He did have a business card, and he showed me his business card. And he's like, we're scouting locations for a Nike commercial. And we think that your house would be really great. Can I come in and take a look? And I was like, sure. So I let him in. And he's like, I think my thought was like, to the extent I thought about it all, I'm like, what's this guy going to do? Attack me? Give me a break.
Maybe he'll make me some mac and cheese.
Who knows?
I need someone to take care of me.
Only one way to find out. Come on in, sir. So he comes in and he's like looking at our entryway and he's like, this is perfect. Like, this is so great. He's like, we might have to swap out your front door, but like, I love this. He's like, can you give my card to your parents? And I was like, sure. If I ever see them again, yes, I'll tell them all about this. So of course I did. And then once I told my parents, that was the first instance of me being like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have let the man into our house. Cause my parents were like, Meagan. And I was like, well, he gave me his business card. So they called him back and he's like, we love your house. We want to put it in the commercial. And so they filmed this commercial where I'm sure if you're an old head, if you're a Seattle old head, you will remember it's the guy, who's holding up the target and he's like heckling Ken Griffey Jr. And he's like, hit it here, Junior. And he goes all over the kingdom to get him to hit it in different parts of the park. Griffey does it with no problem because he's Ken Griffey Jr. So then the guy's like, oh, I got to up the stakes. I'm going to start going around to like different Seattle landmarks to see if he can hit it there. So he's like on top of the Space Needle. He's at the Elephant Car Wash, RIP. Maybe the Lincoln towing big tow truck. Not sure. I'll look up the commercial and find it. So he's going to all these different places.
The troll,
probably. All of the iconic. I believe he is on a ferry at one point. We'll find the video. We'll post it. And then he's like, okay, I get it. Griffey, you're really good at baseball. Stop hitting home runs at me all over the city. And so he runs home. He runs back to his house to hide from Ken Griffey Jr.'s powerful strikes.
Now, why would you do that?
I'm having fun. I'm having a nice old time watching this.
He's just demonstrated his powers.
Hello?
You can't put two and two together?
You don't go there. He's just going to destroy your front door, which is what he did. So he runs up the stairs to his house, which is my house. And they did swap out our front doors. So they swapped out our front door with one that had a bunch of glass panes. And they shot a baseball through one of the glass panes. And the guy's like standing in our entryway with his hit it here junior sign, and he gets hit with the target or with the ball. The ball hits his little sign, and that's my house. That was my house, and they got all this baseball memorabilia. So they had like these bobbleheads of these guys that used to play in the Negro Leagues and all these like framed old Sports Illustrated, and we got to keep all that stuff. Or I don't know who has it now, but at the time we got to keep all that stuff.
Don't you have a bobblehead at your house?
I have an Edgar Martinez bat. It's a light bat bobblehead, and it works as a real light. Anyways, don't sit there and act like I don't like baseball. I just can't talk about it because I have a family history of heart disease. Okay. So anyways, as you all know, the Mariners are in the playoffs for the first time in 24 years. And every time they do something, the announcers are like, that's the first time that's happened since 2001. Shut up, Ken. We fucking get it, you know?
Also, if the Mariners aren't even doing a good job for 24 years, why do I have to sit in traffic all the time?
Can you guys, what's going on there?
Can you just put a pause on the games until you figure this out? But I guess now they did. So
they did. They figured it out. Well,
God bless them.
Ooh, I hope so. Where we are in space and time, they are currently playing the Detroit Tigers. I had hoped that they would have wrapped it up in game 4 last night so I could have come on today to be like, hooray, you know?
Yeah.
But they didn't. They lost very badly and for no reason, basically, which is kind of a classic Mariners thing to do. Game 5, the final game, win or go home, is tomorrow where we are. So you listening to this, you know what happened. I don't know what happened, and I'm upset. I've put out a call to all the clairvoyants, the precogs, the witches. If you know what's going to happen, will you at least just tell me so I know how to emotionally prepare, you know, for like what's going to happen to me tomorrow?
This is to decide who goes to the World Series?
No,
or
this
is it just
to decide who goes to the ALCS.
So we're not even close
barely,
yet.
Oh boy. baby, we're still chopping the vegetables. We haven't even started boiling the water for the stew. You know what I'm saying?
This is actually more about aging than
Yes.
than baseball.
Yes.
But here's how in denial I am about getting old.
Yeah.
The other day, I don't remember what it was that made me think of this person, but I had this thought like, oh, I wonder if Ichiro's still in the league. I wonder, it wasn't even that. It was like, I wonder who
what
Ichiro
team does
plays.
Ichiro play for?
I wonder what team Ichiro plays for now. And then coincidentally, just a few days later, Meagan posted this picture on her on her Instagram story of an old man,
An ancient old man,
an elderly gray-haired man being
an elderly Japanese man being inducted into the Mariners Hall of Fame.
And then the caption said Ichiro, and I said, Ichiro
who?
Ichiro, the young baseball player,
the young upstart from Japan.
In my head, he's still, because I sort of vaguely paid attention.
Yeah.
Just pre Ichiro. So
Right.
I remember he was like the new guy.
Yeah.
And when I kind of stopped paying attention.
Yeah.
So in my head, he's still kind of just like a young
new,
upstart.
Yeah, the new
He's the
guy
new
who
guy
just
on the
that we
team.
just drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. Well, this whole thing has been kind of a mind fuck for me. This whole this hasn't happened in 24 years because I'm like, well, I don't know why you're saying it like that because 2001 was last year. That was not. What? And what really fucked me up was that they were saying something about, well, it's now called T-Mobile Park. You and I know it as Safeco Field, of course. They're like, oh yeah, well, we've learned a lot about this stadium since they built it in 1999. And I was like, excuse me? That's a brand new stadium. Baby, they just built that. I was like, hello? I was like, they had to blow up the Kingdom, which was just there. It was just right there. Yeah. And then they built this, and this is a brand new MLB. But they're saying, Lindy, they're saying that it's not a brand new MLB stadium. They're saying it's 26 years old. So,
Meagan, do you want to know something else crazy? Did you know that time marches on for us all? Because just this morning,
I'm only just now discovering it, to be honest with you,
Listen to this. Just this morning, I got a text from my older stepdaughter, Penelope, who, by the way, was born in 2001.
That's what I'm saying, is that there are children who were born the last time the Mariners went to the ALDS who theoretically have master's degrees now.
Yeah.
Like Safeco Field is old enough to be a lawyer.
Yeah. Well, so Penelope, she graduated from high school in 2020. She was enrolled to go to college in New York and then was like, I don't want to go into debt for the rest of my life to sit in quarantine in a dorm in Manhattan. So she took a couple years off. She's been traveling and working. And then she just is starting school this fall, as one of the older students.
As an old woman.
Right.
Yes.
So she's about to turn, God, I guess 24. But anyway, she just texted this morning and she said, oh my God, I just found out that one of my new friends I made in class was born in 2008.
Oh, God.
And I was like, first of all, you were born in 2008, basically, but also that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now you know how I suffer.
It's one thing to say, oh, I'm 22. It's another thing to say, I was born in 2003. That's hateful to say it like that. You know, why would you say that? That's actually misogyny against me. Anyway, this tiding is not going anywhere. The point is, I don't like who I am. When I watch sports, I'm an insane person. I'm crazy. I'm upset. I am a strong believer in superstition. So I was wearing my Edgar Martinez t-shirt on Saturday during game 1. They lost. I said, okay, that is not getting worn again. I realized that my vintage Seattle Pilots hat, that was working. Okay, I wore that during game 2. They won game 2. So I was like, we'll put that back on. Then for we did win game 3. Yes, we did. And I did exactly everything I did for game 3. I was wearing the same clothes, same hat, wrapped up in the same blanket. I'm posting the exact same thing on Instagram. They're saying go Mariners. That's what they're saying. You know, and then, but yesterday, game 4, I was wearing my "Don't Move to Seattle, We're All Gonna Die" t-shirt where that shows the Space Needle falling into an earthquake hole.
Sure.
And they lost. So I was like, okay, I think the through line is that if I wear a Seattle-based t-shirt, they lose. So for game 5, got to wear the hat and a no logo normal tee, and then we'll just see what happens. I've been liking all the posts from the witches. We have a coven of witches who are helping.
Okay.
They're putting crystals all over Safeco Field. They're burning candles mixed with some of the field dirt. Okay.
Good.
I'm feeling good about that. So that is why I don't talk about sports. That's why I don't engage with sports, because I'm actually, you guys, insane.
Yeah.
So,
I want to validate that. One of the few times that I see you get visibly emotional is when you are becoming invested in a sports thing. What if on a day that the Mariners won, on that day, what if you like crapped your pants a little bit?
I'd have to do it every time. Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah,
yeah, I would tell you too. I'd be like, hey, this is what happened. We're going
to start a movement, a bowel movement. Get everyone to do it.
That's like, there's a guy who wore a shoe on his head as a hat, and they rallied, and then they won. So then everyone was like, it was the shoe. We all gotta put the shoe on. This time, there's a guy who he mixed field dirt in with his smoothie and ate dirt, and they won 2 games in a row after he did that. So now everyone's like, should we eat dirt? And I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Meagan, the last time the Mariners won, I heard actually
everybody went to a Christmas market.
I made plans to go to a Christmas market with my best friend.
Oh my God.
Who also had just Shlittenfahrting in her pants a little bit. She Shlittenfahrted in her pants for the Mariners. Pants? No, I was going to say that the last time they won, everybody sent me $100.
I heard that the last time the Mariners won, people were subscribing to our Patreon, patreon.com/textmebackpod. Here's what's stressing me out about it. We are not good at building up like consistency over time. So it's like every time we get really close to winning something, it's like, if we don't win this, it's over for 25 years. And Lindy, in 25 years, I'll probably be dead. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what makes it so stressful. It just feels like literally all of my hopes and dreams tied up in this, which is really not good. It's really not good to do that. And I think what's making it especially hard is that it's like, sorry to bring this up, but we're on the brink of potentially a civil war in this nation. Yeah. So I think this might be the last World Series ever.
Why can't we just settle it out on the pitch?
Yeah, let's get the National Guard up against the guy in Portland dressed as a frog. I actually think the frog could probably take him. And whoever wins Portland.
The guy in the frog suit is out. He's playing kickball every weeknight.
You know that man has he's in a league, several leagues.
With his coworkers from the bottle shop.
Hell yeah.
Where he slings rare microbrews.
You think he gives a shit about the rules? You think he cares about the law? I don't think so. Anyway, so that's where I'm at emotionally. If the Mariners lose tomorrow, it is my fault, and I apologize. And if they win, I will be crying in the streets. I'm so nervous. I'm so scared.
I just thought of something.
Go on.
It kind of seems like the Mariners are on the same schedule as a guy I like to call Jeepers Creepers.
Oh my God.
Jeepers Creepers on the Mariners.
Is Cal Raleigh Jeepers Creepers? Sound off in the comments. Let us know. Did you see that when LeBron was playing with Bronny, the Griffey boys went down to LA because they were like the first father-son team since the Griffeys. Isn't that cute? So they had a little father-son little bro down before the game.
Was mean about that, but I liked it when LeBron got to play with Bronny. Also, let LeBron do whatever he wants.
Who cares? He's LeBron. Anyways, we're gonna take a break, and we'll be right back. And if hang on, before we do that, if you are stressed out about sports, please do call me. How do you deal with it? People were messaging me being like, "I'm going to Game 5 tomorrow, and I'm gonna die," and I was like, "Yep." Nice knowing you.
We're going to take a break in a couple minutes.
And
we'll
then
be right back.
We're going to end the show. We talk too much. Guess what? We're not ending the show.
I talked her into staying
because we had an idea for a 2-minute hate that I do feel like I need to get it off my chest. And it's partially related to, sorry to say it, partially related to baseball.
You go first, Meagan.
Okay, I'll go first.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
For your 2 minutes hate? Okay.
Yes.
On your mark. Get set. Hate.
Folks, I've been watching a lot of baseball, as I mentioned. We don't need to get all into that again. But here's the thing. When you're watching something on TV that's primarily geared towards men, the commercials that you get during those shows or sporting events or whatever, oh God, what's going on over there with those guys? It's a problem mentally and emotionally. And as I've discovered, physically. There is this commercial from a company that I think is called And Collar. It's the name of a shirt company. And if you thought Untuck It was bad, wait till you find out about And Collar, where this guy's like, oh, guys, aren't you sick of your collar? Doing something that you don't like? What? It's a shirt collar. What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, the collar, flippity floppity. I don't believe that that's happening to your shirt. And if it is, get a collar stay. Go to a tailor, you maniac. But this guy is talking about, oh, just get this shirt from And Collar. It's the collar is permanently sharp and pointy and never flippity flops. And then they show the shirt. This shirt on my television looks like straight ass. It looks like a shirt they cut out of a leisure suit. It's a 100% polyester. It is like screen printed gingham print. So it's not even constructed to be gingham. It's like they screen printed it on there looking like a Temu fucking leisure suit. And he's like, put this on and go to your business meeting. If a man showed up to a business meeting in that fucking shirt, I would cancel the merger. It's the worst shirt I've ever seen. I know that shit is sweaty as hell because polyester is locking it in. And this man has the audacity to say, oh, you could wear this shirt from the office to the golf course. It's not fit for a golf course, let alone your office. I hate this shirt. I never want to see it again. If it's a choice between And Collar and Untuck It, untuck it for us, for all. Untuck it for all men, because And Collar is not her. She is not serving you. If you buy an And Collar, you are a bad person and your sales should suffer.
Time.
Thank you.
What's Untuck It? Is that where it's God. A leotard for men? No,
I wish. Oh no, I wish that would be so much better if it was like a what do they call those things?
Bodysuit?
Bodysuit. Like I wish. No, an Untuck It. Oh my God, we don't have time to get into Untuck It.
Right.
But Untuck It is basically like, hey guys, you ever pull your shirt out and realize it's way too long? No, no. What do you mean you pulled your shirt out of your pants and it was too long and that was so unsettling to you that you needed to make a new shirt that was short so that when you have it out, it doesn't go down so far? What the fuck are you talking about?
We didn't have that before?
You didn't have that before? You don't, again, you don't know a tailor in your city? Give me a break. And by the way, you can always tell that somebody's wearing an Untuck It and not just because of the length. It has like a little notch on the bottom of the button-up part. it has like a little black triangle so you can identify which men have been taken in by the untuck it. By the way, any husbands listening who wear untuck it, I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to get up your ass. I know you guys don't care about this stuff, and whoever makes buying clothes easier for you is your king, and I'm not trying to make your life worse, but good God, get a normal.
I mean, the untuck it is not as embarrassing as the, what's it called?
And collar, I think.
Collar.
I cannot find the commercial I'm talking about online, for the record.
Oh, interesting. This commercial that's got you so upset
is only on Fox Sports 1. It's true.
Only in a drifted bank. Untuck it just sounds like a regular shirt. Like the folly there is being tricked into thinking that this is an
innovation.
Like filling a need.
It's like when that guy at Lyft was like, we're thinking about creating a new kind of Uber or Lyft or Uber where you can fit 20 people in a big Uber. And then you take the Uber to where you need to go in the city. And it's like, yeah, God. That's a bus.
Well,
and
yeah,
we already have that.
It's like when Elon was like, we should have tunnels all over the country where you can put your car in a long chain of cars on a track. And then yes, we have that.
We have that. It's called a train.
And people like you destroyed it on purpose.
It needs to be funded more adequately. My God. Oh my God. Anyway, that's Ann Caller.
Megan, that might be my favorite 2 minutes hate you've ever done.
I've been pissed off about this for 6 days straight. I hate the shirt. Honestly, if it was just like, oh, this is my golf shirt and you want to wear an ugly ass golf shirt, that's your business. Screen printing the gingham on there, buddy. Oh boy.
Dude.
And because here's the thing, and I'm sorry, I know I'm like well past my 2 minutes. It's going to fade exactly where you think. The whole thing's going to be gingham and then your armpits are going to be white. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm sweating just thinking about it.
Anyways, let me get my timer ready for your 2 minutes hate.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? In 3, 2, 1, hate.
I'm innocently scrolling on my Instagram, enjoying my life. A little ad comes up from someone that I follow happily and voluntarily, someone I like, someone who I think is cute and precious and smart and talented. Her name is Jenny Slate. Okay. But then she pops up in my timeline. She says, I'm starting a podcast with my best friends, Max Silvestri and Gabe Liedman. And she says, we've been best friends for 20 years. And so we've decided to turn our group chat into a podcast. And it's called I Need You Guys. And as far as I can tell, I didn't watch the whole thing because I got incandescent with rage. But as far as I can tell, they do a podcast about the stuff that they're texting each other about in the group chat. What? And I said, excuse me? I don't know if you've listened to the intro to Text Me Back podcast lately, but Text Me Back podcast is the only podcast. And we already have a best friends podcast about what they text each other. And it's hosted by Eric from the Sewers and his twink son. And that's
Sapphic mom.
And their Sapphic mom, parentheses, unpictured. So I don't appreciate people who are way more famous and way more talented than me coming out of the woodwork and saying, oh, you know what the world needs is a really good podcast about best friends texting each other that probably has a real staff, and they probably write out an outline of what they're going to talk about. And then, boo. And now someone might say, Lindy, you should operate from a place of abundance. And to that, I say no.
We're in a scarcity mindset here on Text Me Back podcast. I feel like Beck Bennett and Kyle Mooney kind of stole our bag a little bit too. Because their whole thing before they launched, I'm sorry, they didn't. I mean, they're professional and whatever. I'm just joking. So don't get mad at me if you're Kyle Mooney or if you're Kyle Mooney or Beck Bennett, don't get mad at me. But their whole lead up to their show launching was, what's our show about? Our show's not about anything. We just kind of do whatever. And I was like, two best friends talking about whatever. I invented that.
Yeah. Nobody did that before.
Nobody did that before Text Me Back podcast. And can I say one other thing?
Yeah.
Sorry, and this is like kind of, I don't know. I've been sitting on this, but it doesn't sit right in my spirit. I was on a different podcast, What's All This Then, with my friend Libby. We used to work together at Media Matters, and her friend Charlotte. They're both British, but they live elsewhere now. Libby lives in Los Angeles, and Charlotte lives in Toronto. And they have people on just to talk about like British culture, which is really funny. By the way, this is not a complaint about their show at all. But when I went on their show, I did my bit about how like I'm not going to take a lesson from a British person telling me how to pronounce stuff when we all lived through Mexico week on Bake Off. Like we heard how you said taco, right? And guacamole. We were all there. We saw it. Right. So I did that whole bit, went over great. 2 weeks later, or 2 weeks after the episode comes out, I'm scrolling TikTok, and there's a woman with like hundreds of thousands of followers doing a bit on her TikTok where she's like, okay, so just to go back, the example that I use in this bit of mine is a British person saying that Americans mispronounce croissant. And I was like, and so what I said was, first of all, why are you carrying water for the French? It's not even, you know what I mean? They don't like you either. Okay. And second of all, I'm not going to take a lesson from a British person about how to pronounce croissant when you're out here saying taco and guacamole. Okay. And we're not doing that. So this woman with hundreds of thousands of followers is doing a bit, and she does a duet with that guy who said the thing about the croissant, the exact man, the exact clip that I'm referring to. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, almost word for word is like, I don't need to listen to you about how to say croissant, because we all lived through Mexico week, and we all remember how you said taco. And I was like, no fucking way. I was like, am I famous enough to get plagiarized by some bitch on TikTok? Like, what
Honestly,
is this?
I hope so.
Like, and the timing of her TikTok with when my episode came out was enough to suggest she
suspicious.
It was suspicious. So I just want to say, if you're going to follow unfunny blonde women on TikTok, you might as well follow Text Me Back podcast, because we have an
unfunny blonde woman right here on the show.
Hello, you don't need to go far. God damn it. Anyway, sorry.
Look, to be clear, here's why I'm mad about other podcasts existing. One.
We already have one.
It's us. Two, I'm afraid that everyone else is funnier than me.
Yeah.
Three, number two is true.
Yeah.
Four, I like Kyle Mooney and Beck Bennett better than I like us.
That's what I don't like about it either. I was like, stop being better at this. We're trying so hard, and you guys are really funny and good at this. Leave some crumbs for the rest of us weirdos.
Stop. Also, yeah. So to be clear, this was a backhanded, ironic.
Yes.
Actually, I'm trying to compliment the new podcast. I need you guys. I need you. Jenny Slate. I need you guys with Jenny Slate, Max Silvestri, and Gabe Lieden. Why am I doing an ad for them?
Yeah, don't listen to them. I'm not going to stop you. It's like when Good Hang came out, and I was like, oh, we're cooked.
Yeah.
Because she's going to invite all her best friends, and they're all already famous, and they're all really funny. And every single clip I've ever seen of Good Hang is the most charming and hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. Like Regina Hall was just on, and she was like, when you ask men who their best friends are, they say, my wife. And when you ask women who their best friends are, they say, my friends. And then Regina Hall goes, Lisa. And I just love the concept of Lisa so much.
Yeah, Lisa's my best friend too.
Who's your best friend? Oh, Lisa. And meanwhile, her husband's like, Regina Hall.
I guess really what I don't like is I don't just want to be the only podcast. I also think that that we should be the only best friends.
Yes.
And
yes, that's a really important issue. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, aside from like, we're allowed to have other best friends.
No, I actually don't even really like that. I don't really like that.
Anyway, I've gone off the rails.
We're gonna end the show now, but let us know if you've seen that horrible shirt and if it pisses you off as bad as me. And let us know if you want to boycott Jenny Slate's podcast. There's a pop culture event happening where we are in space and time. Charlie XCX and Taylor are beefing because Charlie has a song called Sympathy is a Knife, which is a great song. That whole album is so good. I love Brat. I love Charlie. But it's a song about how she felt around Taylor Swift. Like she felt less than, and she felt really like, if there's even a lyric that's like, I couldn't even be her if I tried. So it doesn't have anything to do with Taylor Swift. It's about how she feels about it. And every time somebody puts out a best friend podcast, I'm like, couldn't even be her if I tried. All the sympathy is just a knife. Stop making best friend podcasts if you are already famous from SNL. You have other jobs. Go away. And you know what? Don't be like Taylor. Don't come at me with a diss track back. No, because it's not about you. It's about my feelings.
Well, and here's what's wrong with Taylor Swift.
We don't have time to get into that.
Sure. But these other best friend podcasts made by famous people, they would never come at us with a diss track back.
They genuinely don't give a shit at all about Text Me Back podcast. They don't know about it. Entered anyone's consciousness to the level where anyone would need to say anything about it, nice or mean. Unless you're one of our billions of subscribers. You're really, truly the only people that matter.
I love our subscribers.
Me too.
But I think I'm just in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had any protein today. Because really, everyone should make whatever they want. And I'm really proud of everyone.
I know. I'd really want to be clear that truly there's nothing better than a bunch of people making deranged best friend content in a landscape where everything is already like existing IP. So what we're saying is Text Me Back supports making as many podcasts as you want, but spare a thought.
Hey,
for two depressed 43-year-old women.
Why not have us on? Well, I mean, why not feed swap, best friends helping best friends, best friends hugging best friends?
Hey, it could be the LeBron and Bronny and Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. of the podcast industry.
We're Bronny.
I want to be Griff. Can we be Griffey?
Well, unfortunately, no, because Ken Griffey Jr. is much more successful than Ken Griffey Sr.
Oh, you're right.
We have to be the less good one.
We have to be the son.
That we're the son. Well, or the dad.
It depends on who we're going with, but we're not. We're either the dad or the son. You guys get it.
You guys get it.
Okay, well, if you liked that, subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/textmebackpod.
I think we've made a robust argument for us being the best and only good podcast.
Jenny Slate found in shambles. Beck Bennett found dead. This moderately successful, hyper local best friend podcast just eviscerated Kyle Mooney.
Oh, did you hear what they talked about on Text Me Back podcast this week? They did 45 minutes on Jingle Bells, an hour and a half on a Ken Griffey Jr. commercial from 1992. Then another hour bragging about how they're the only good podcast.
Oh no! I'm gonna cry.
Oh no!
Beck Bennett found dead.
Beck Bennett found upsot in a drift bank.
Silvestri driven into a snowbank on a jingle horse. Never to be heard from again.
Oh no! Oh no! Gabe Liedman beamed in the dome by a fastball. I mean a home run.
Ken Griffey Sr. kills Max Silvestri. He's with a baseball? He's not even that good. Okay, well, bye. We're gonna end the show now. Oh God. Oh, my tummy hurts.
I hit my head on something and now I'm sad. Bye.
Can I say the part of that whole bit that was the funniest is the thought of like someone like bursting into a room to be like, did you hear what they talking about on Text Me Back podcast? There's like a record scratch at the jukebox. Everyone's like, oh. The guy's like, New York City. Oh no. Oh, I've never cried so much in my life.
What are we doing?
Okay. All right. Well, if you're headgum, if you're listening,
Yeah.
this podcast is for sale.
Get out that checkbook.
Oh, I think I gave myself a hernia.
I think I gave myself asthma.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a break. You probably won't hear any commercials given that this podcast is not that successful. And then we'll be right back. Oh, that was funny.
That was so stupid and funny.
Well, Lindy, unfortunately, I think we've done it again. I think we
Meagan.
successfully started a beef with like 10 people who will never know about it. So that's good. Yeah, that's important.
Okay, in conclusion, thank you for supporting Text Me Back podcast. Thank you for listening to us. We love you very much. You know what you should do, by the way? Buy some of our merch.
Oh,
We have all this merch sitting in a warehouse in Arizona, and it's just there, ready for you to buy it.
it could
And
be
it's
purchased at any time, and it's on sale.
It's on sale,
Yeah,
and it can be purchased at any time.
it's on sale, and you if you're a Patreon subscriber, you can stack your discount. We're practically giving them shits away.
Yeah, we got mugs, we got t-shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got totes.
The new tote is still in production.
Yeah,
But the new tote is coming.
Yeah, coming very soon. We have a new tote and another little surprise item that I'm very excited about.
Oh.
So we're doing a special limited drop of a new item that we're going to announce later. But
yeah, people are going to be lining up at the sneaker store to get our little item.
many people don't even know that the merch exists, Meagan.
It does exist.
And it does. The merch is cute.
It is cute. I have the shirt and I have the Kayak Dad sweatshirt.
I have a mug. I have a tote.
Link is in the show notes. And many of you, by the way, many of you say, what are the show notes?
What?
That's what some of them are saying.
The show notes are hilarious.
The show notes are so funny.
Producer Allie.
Yes, she sends them every week and we approve them, and I never change anything, and they're always hilarious. So wherever you listen to your show, wherever you listen to your podcast, will be this little thing under the episode. Probably says episode description. Those are the show notes. And that has everything that we talk about. It has links to everything that we talk about. It has links to our Patreon, links to other people's, like if we have a guest on, it links to the guest stuff. And they're funny. They're really funny. So you should check them out.
You know what we should have on this show? An ombudsman.
Yes. We were jokingly, when we were at KUW, do you remember we joked about having an ombudsman? And the ombudsman was going to be, we were going to name the ombudsman what do you call it when you jumble up? Not an acronym. Not an acronym.
An anagram.
An anagram. It was going to be an anagram of Marshall Eisen's name, because Marshall is the chief content officer of KUOW. And we thought, oh boy, we found a real funny one.
I know.
I should have never brought this up because I don't remember what it was. But it was
the problem is I'm falling asleep because of how hard I laughed in the last segment.
I know.
And so
the the adrenaline is slowing.
Yeah. So now I think we got to go pretty soon.
We got to go right now. I've been trying to get off this
I thought
podcast
you
for
were
half an hour.
researching our funny anagram.
I mean, I can, or do you want to go
No,
home?
I
Okay,
wanna
well, then
go
I'm not
home.
going. Why would I do that then? Guess what? You'll find out next week on the new episode of Text Me Back Podcast, also known as I Need You Guys.
But worse.
But much worse. Thank you.